Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for the nice introduction. I believe that in this room today, there are a number of small, medium, large enterprises. And I want to ask all of you, what keeps you awake in the night? Is it HR-related issues? I'm sure they are. Is it something to do with your competitors, other products, growth? Or, as for my experience goes, is it something to do with cash flows and something to do with finance? If last is the answer, if cash flows, ability to manage finances better is the answer, then over the next 1 hour, possibly you will get some solutions that you can implement very, very easily over the next few months, working with Zoho, working with us. So with that, let me go into something that you all are already aware of. India has been in the forefront where digital public infrastructure is concerned, or DPI is concerned, across the world. With Aadhaar, we started our digital journey 2 quarters back, and it will be unlikely that anyone in this room is not aware of what Aadhaar is and the value it brings back to us. Similarly, another initiative which we launched in the last decade was UPI, and the organization I represent, which is NPCI, is indeed the organization that runs UPI. And only last month, I'm happy to share that the number of transactions we did on a daily basis on UPI has surpassed Visa, which has been around for many, many decades. With DigiLocker, we have been able to create all our important documents without any paper trail or without carrying paper. ONDC is our attempt to democratize the e-commerce space, and Sehmati is the account aggregator initiative of the India. Altogether, this is the India stack, which a lot of fintechs, which a lot of startups today are leveraging to create newer and unique businesses for the country. At NPCI, we operate as a lean startup which operates as a fintech. We keep technology first, finance later. We intend to build on population scale. Every product that we roll out in the market is made for scale, made for resilience. We like to innovate and fail fast. And by essence, we believe in interoperability and neutrality. We are not wedded to one partner, one ecosystem, one category, or one entity. Across the last 1.5 decades, we have grown in terms of number of products we offer. And while UPI continues to be our flagship product, but we are also the people behind RuPay cards, behind FASTag, behind the Bheem app, Bharat Bill Payment, and many other platforms that we run for the country today. Specifically, NBBL, the organization that I was fortunate and privileged to lead, is a very unique proposition where we are today the world's biggest collection or account receivables platform in the world. There are only 2 other such platforms that are running in various parts of the world. We try to look at collections or receivables from the perspective of a person collecting from someone else, a business or a merchant collecting from someone else, and the government collecting from someone else. So this translates into the electricity bill that you pay, the FASTag recharges that you do on a regular basis, the NPS investments that you do, so on and so forth. And this is how our architecture is. This diagram, I will just allude to for 30 seconds because it is important from a business-to-business partnership point of view. So we are a switch in the center. On one side is the demand. Demand is customers like you who want to pay your electricity bills or recharge your DTH work stops. On the other side are the service providers who are connected with us. We ensure that the messaging happens between both demand and the supply side, working with operating units, which are regulated entities and directly connected to us. So we are not a platform. We work with 1,000+ platforms that you know and you have been using, like PhonePe, Paytm, and many others. We work across 26+ categories, in fact, 30 categories as of last month. We have 22,000 billers that you access using us, and 67 entities that are connected directly to us. Now, before going into the next frontier of TPI, on retail payment side, these are some of the things that you already are aware of working towards, but important for me to reiterate. One is the GNS, or Goods and Services in Transit. Then the form factors of payments are changing. You all are aware of QR codes. Prior to that were POS machines. Now we're talking about soft POS, where your phones convert into POS machines for in-store collections. We are also looking at the payment type being changed from plastic cards to bands to smartwatches and a number of other IoT devices that we are working very proactively towards for future. I already talked about IoT, so a number of OEMs, for example, car manufacturers, are now integrating payments into their own drive journeys, and you will see a lot more happening in that area. CBDC is the RBI initiative for its own stablecoin, which is also in line. And finally, AI being used both for back-end and front-end hyper-personalization as a service to the customers. So these are some of the retail trends that we are aware of and we are proactively working towards. However, the only DPI which we haven't seen anywhere in the world is for B2B payments. And that is what is the most relevant for us in India, because our diverse set of enterprises come in all shapes and sizes, in all kinds of industries, but their problem remains to be the same, which is how to manage their finances better. With that, I would like to just present a small video onto how we are solving this problem.
Imagine a room full of people, each speaking a different language, trying to communicate without a single word in common. Sounds chaotic, right? Now, think about businesses. Companies across the world with different systems and practices, trying to connect, collaborate, and transact with each other. It's a lot like that chaotic room. Complicated, confusing, and often frustrating. But what if there's a common language that could turn that chaos into harmony? Imagine a world where there are no complex vendor onboarding, no mismatched entries, no manual reconciliation.
Yep, so you can stop imagining now, because that is exactly what Bharat Connect for Business does for all of you. But prior to going into the solution itself, it is important for us to acknowledge and recognize that India has one of the biggest SMEs or MSMEs in the world in terms of sheer number, in terms of the employment that all of you generate, and the importance you have in terms of percentage of GDP that you're contributing towards. However, like I mentioned, whether you're a large enterprise or a small one, 60% of your time, and this is from a research that we got access to, 60% of your time goes into payment and collection recon. And that happens at the cost of your focus on business development and business growth. And that happens across multiple stages of your relationship, whether it is around multiple disjoint systems that you use, or the invoice delivery and acknowledgement coming from a larger enterprise towards making your payment, or towards just getting access to finance. We are aware that India has, at 3% financing, one of the lowest penetration of loans. Also, from collections and payment reconciliation point of view, a lot of your time gets devoted there, and reconciliation becomes another big challenge. And therefore, we dreamt of a solution. And I'm so happy that Zoho was one of our first partners when we took this solution live last year. The solution works as follows. On any B2B transaction, there's a buyer side and a seller side. The buyer and seller typically use different ERPs depending on their size. So there can be a Zoho on one side, there can be an SAP or Oracle on the other side. We have created Meta APIs that enable these invoices to be exchanged between the ERPs on a real-time basis. And not just that, we added another layer on top of that for payments. So you can use the bank of your choice, the payment aggregator of your choice, and the minute a payment is made, on the other side, there's a real-time confirmation that the money has indeed been received. To just make this platform more powerful, we have also integrated with invoice financing platforms, which are the TREDS platform regulated by RBI, so that at an invoice level, you are able to get a discount at any point of time that you want. One specific use case that we recently went live with, and it has grown tremendously well for us, is a quick commerce startup, which recently came on board around 3-4 months back. And they've already processed around 1 million invoice exchanges between the central entity, their distributors, their manufacturers, as well as their dark stores over the course of last 60 to 90 days. Therefore, what do we offer? We offer digital ordering and invoicing, which is interoperable, and your data is entirely safe because we are a neutral platform. We are not allowed, even as a PSO, to share your data with any other entity. We ensure a sync dashboard for your account receivables and payables. Therefore, you can, at any point of time, understand the position of your cash statements or the financing that you have leveraged, or which entity should you be making the payment for by way of reminders. Again, everything on a real-time basis, which only 1 or 2 people in your team can easily manage. That's not all. All your invoices can be digitally received, acknowledged, created. Even in bulk, you can upload your invoices and ensure that all the entities that are relevant get access to that, again, on a real-time basis. You can make your payments accordingly using your OD account or your current account basis a single payment at a time or bulk payments, both of the capabilities that we have introduced, all this while following the workflow that is best suitable for your company. And finally, we have ensured that the financing is accessible once you join this platform, either directly using entities which are NBFCs or in partnership with the TREDS platform. In the end, the only thing I would like to say is that the future of payments in India is not just digital. It is intelligent, seamless, and empowering. We thank you for becoming part of the journey and create the future for digital payments. With that, my time is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Nupur. Interesting time ahead for the future of digital payments. Our next speaker, rather thought leader, is driven by one powerful vision, which is to make financial complex statements simple. Please give a round of applause for Christopher Joseph, who is the product marketing manager of the Zoho Finance suite.
Thank you, Pratik. I hope I'm audible. Thank you, Nupur, for that beautiful session. So For the next 20 minutes, we will run through quickly about what we've done in Zoho Finance and what you can look forward to, and how our continuous innovation is constantly going to be helping you do your business better every single day. So today morning, when I did a quick recap of the registrants that we have, we see customers who've been with us for more than a decade, and we also have customers who've been with us for just a month. So what it essentially means is it's a promise that we hold to our customers to make sure that we constantly innovate and constantly help you do your work better, faster, and in a more intelligent way. We all agree with this. This is what pushes mankind forward. So what have we done in the last decade or so? If you flip the book and if you take a look back at what has happened in the world, so many new transitions, so many new things. For example, every single day, a new regulation is getting passed, be it in accounting, and the world across is transitioning to digital invoicing. And somewhere I read that in the last year alone, there have been 4,000 changes to payroll regulations. Put that number into perspective, it means that there has been one change in a regulation for the entire decade, right? Now, how are we going to, scale up to it and also make sure that we run a compliant business? And that's not it. There has been a major shift in the way we consume our day-to-day goods. So when everything is convenience delivered at your doorstep, it means that your payments, your inventory, everything has to be real-time as well to go along with it. And to top it all, we have a new guy in the room, AI, who is going to radically transform the entire industry, right? So how are we prepared? So if we take a look at a quick survey of all the top leaders, CHROs, CPOs, CFOs, most of their priorities are focused on just one thing, to ride the AI-led transition, but at the same time, make sure that their current business processes are not disrupted at all. So managing finances efficiently means two very important things. One is you need to have the functional depth, and you should also have the entire technology stack to make sure that you are with someone who will constantly prioritize innovation over stagnant software. So that's why we built the most comprehensive finance and operations platform that is functional, comprehensive, compliance-focused, scalable, flexible, and deeply integrated. I know a lot of you here use Zoho Finance products on a daily basis. I have two people here sitting in the front row who have been using Zoho, the entire finance stack for the last 3 to 4 years. So I'll have them on stage. But what do these all mean? It means that we've been building with context, and it means that we've been building in every sense of the way more relatable to every business. If you want to run operations in 15 different countries or 16 different countries, we have a platform that will allow you to get started with your business at any point of time, and then we have a very powerful global edition and 15 different regional editions that is compliant to local regulations, and it'll make the entire journey of compliance a lot more simplified and streamlined for you. And then beyond just solving for individual use cases, it's also about how the entire business ecosystem comes together to make sure that every single process in your business is digitized and automated, because all of us are leading towards one unified solution, which we have been building in the last decade and a half, because it's a journey. It's not something that can be built immediately overnight. So, like I said in the start, the global e-invoicing landscape has been changing fast, which means when it comes to compliance, we have to look at it in two different ways. One, the business landscape in itself, the region and the country where you are operating out of, that needs direct support from the software that you use. And the second thing is your software should also be compliant enough to manage all the payments and all the business transactions that are associated with it. Your entire AR, AP, everything is dependent on how compliant we are and how much of focus and attention we attribute to each of these fundamental pillars. And that's something that we've been building for a good part of decade and a half. So what do we have to show for our efforts? These are some of the biggest businesses that we've helped scale real time, which means 20 million invoices, 4,000 employees across 25 different cities in India. So all of these numbers, beyond just numbers, they are very deep technical problems that we've solved to help businesses scale to the level that they want to make sure that we support them on their growth journey. So when we take a look at Zoho Finance apps, almost every second, every minute, every month, there is one transaction that is happening, and every quarter we have recurring transactions. So the entire platform has to have the technical depth and also the intelligence to make sure that we ensure that your operations are seamless and streamlined. So beyond the entire software that we've built, it's also extremely important that we have the right ecosystem to support your growth and also to ensure that we are able to give you solutions that you are anticipating from us. So we are not just a software platform, we are more than that. We make sure that we have reliable partners in terms of consulting partners, banking partners, and technology partners to make sure that we help you scale your vision as well. And all of that culminates to just one platform, which we call the ERP that every business needs, because you encompass the individual apps that we have and the way it interoperates between each of the apps that we have, and then you top it off with the platform layer, and then you top it off with all the integrations and the network and the ecosystem that we've built around it. We are very happy to say that we have built a very comprehensive solution that all you need is just one solution that will be able to manage your end-to-end finance and operations. So that brings us to the next big thing. So we've been hearing a lot about AI from morning, from a lot of other speeds. So what do we have to show for from finance? This is a given now, right? AI is learning faster than any human being. When motorcycles were first invented, human beings who used to run faster never thought about outrunning a motorbike. So I think we are in one such transition when it comes to tech, where it is a given that AI is going to almost take over a lot of the operations that we used to do manually. But what I am going to take you through is how we've weaved AI into every single operation that you've been doing on a daily basis, and what we've built to also make sure that AI does not take over actions from you completely, but is a contextual assistant and something that is intelligent enough. So this is how we've been thinking about AI in finance. Two different parts to it. One is the contextual intelligence part and the adaptive intelligence part. The contextual intelligence is historic understanding of all the data that you have on our platform, because we've been at this work for the last decade or so. So there is a lot of historic understanding that is already there inside the system, and our system is deeply integrated as well. Right? And based on that intelligence, there is a level of automation that is present permanently inside your interface. And if you need to call upon it at any point of time, you can call upon it. Or if you prefer doing things by yourself, you can do that as well. And then comes adaptive intelligence, which is nothing but a summation of how contextual intelligence operates, but also has the ability to make decisions on its own on the fly. And how do we make sure that adaptive intelligence is also human operable friendly, right? So those are two things that we will see in the next 5 minutes. the first part, most of you would already be familiar with all the UI that's there inside the finance suite of apps. And if you notice, the first priority for any business is to make sure that their business is afloat and if it's doing well. So Zia today can help you forecast your most key metrics like your LTV, your ARR, you name it, right? And for any business to run and thrive, we should also need an intelligent system that will tell you when you are about to run out of stock, when you are about to make sure that you are able to cater to your peak business seasons and all of that. So all those intelligence is built inside the platform. And then comes anomaly detection, where you are able to spot a trend. Probably like your revenue for a couple of months is not growing as you anticipated it to. So you need an intelligent system that will flag that for you and will also make sure that you get notified about all those things. And if you go deeper, like how we saw in the previous sessions, if you dig deeper into all these reports, you will also notice direct insights on where your business is suffering or where there might be a gap from the previous months or from the previous years also. And then most of us know how difficult this is to do a business trip and then come back and then collate all the files and upload them as receipts and wait for the admins to approve. So real-time OCR scanner scans the bills and all the reimbursement documents that you might have, and we are supporting multiple languages now. And the most important part, where real-time fraud detection has to happen for your day-to-day business payments, because that is one area where you cannot afford to slack off, because this will eventually mean money directly going out of your business. And we have risk scores associated to each of these transactions to alert you based on a threshold. And then the most important part, having a very beautiful, intelligent finance assistant that will understand your context, that will have historic understanding of all your business transactions, and will be the actual mediator between you versus the help that you are finding for. It can be your customers, it can be your employees. Most of them have plenty of questions to ask you, and the finance assistant will seamlessly fit into your entire organization's data so that it can respond and assist with a lot of context. That's about the contextual intelligence part. Now we go to the adaptive intelligence part. And this is where you collaborate with an AI to do some of the crucial tasks that you do on a daily basis and how you can automate them. So this is just a very quick preview, which is going to last for about a minute. So all you can do is you can just call upon Zia's help to find out details about a customer. And once you have enough information about the customer, and if you've verified all the information that you want to send out in terms of an invoice, you can wait for Zia, and then you can go and give a prompt to create an invoice, and it automatically creates that invoice for you and also the amount that you want it to be created for, right? So this is adaptive intelligence in action inside the finance suite. Now, what happens if you want to take it to the next level? Because these are financial transactions which you cannot automatically afford to give it off to AI completely. In that case, it means that you need to have some level of control over all the actions or the records that are being created. And for that, we have something called the AI and human collaboration. So our finance assistant, once again, powered by Zia, will allow you to make sure that you both collaborate, right? So the video that you just saw, a very quick shift in the tab. All you need to do is click on the co-create agent. That agent will allow you to create with AI, but also take back control whenever you need to take it back, right? That is something that you have to build to ensure that your sensitive information is always protected and cared for. And if you want to create a story, or if you want to set up your online shop, we've weaved in context-driven story building capability inside Zoho Commerce, which will allow you to take a photograph of the product that you want to sell, upload it, and then it automatically generates a description for you, right? Now, with all of this comes a very, very important responsibility, which is governance and control for all the actions that we do, predominantly AI-driven, right? So how is governance and control going to look like in the age of AI? We have a very quick preview. So you know that audit trail is mandated for all the businesses, and you use it on a regular basis to send it to your auditing firms or even your in-house auditors. So any action that is done along with the help of Zia will have the Zia's stamp on it, which means it tells your auditors that it was done with the help of an intelligent assistant and also with you supervising it. And then this is the part where you tell the computer that, hey, it's enough. I'm also here. I'm overseeing all the data that you're putting in. I would like to take control back just for a little bit before you go on and automate the whole thing. So that is it about AI in finance for us. We have a lot more exciting updates that are being planned throughout the entire year. You can reach out to us on our expo to get more contextual information on what all is happening within the finance team. And then comes what's new. So I have roughly about 3 minutes, so I will brush past this, but I will leave you with some of the important keywords that might directly ring a bell inside you, because these are some of the most important requests that you've been asking us, and it's a culture where we constantly listen to our customers and try and innovate as quickly as possible. So we have plenty of enhancements that have gone inside for GST, TDS, IMS, and also the overall goal is to make sure that we help you serve a broader category of customers, broader category of services through all the different capabilities that we enhance on a regular basis. And I would like to pause here. Last year, we announced Zoho Payments for early access. This year, I'm happy to stand on stage and tell that Zoho Payments is available to be accessed right now. If you go to the website and take a look at our website, you will be able to sign up on the spot. So that is an exciting update that we bring for you. And then we've launched Commerce 2.0, a completely fresh UI with enhanced capabilities like loyalty management and new store front themes to set up your business looking as beautiful as ever. And then you might be able to read things on screen. These are some of the most important capabilities that you've been asking us for: warehouse picking, kits and assemblies, weighted average cost, and end-to-end batch tracking. I'm sure it's going to put a lot of smile on a lot of manufacturers here. So we are there for extended conversations on this. And a significant update on payroll is to support contract workers. Beyond your full-time employees, we will also now support contractors in Zoho Payroll. And our enterprise edition, we are keeping it under wraps for now. This is like a quick heads up for you, but we have an enterprise edition for billing with capabilities to process millions of transactions and help you scale your transactions, help you scale your business seamlessly. And there have been plenty of requests in trying to record advance payments because most of your employees travel abroad, and there has been requests to digitize it because all of us have been doing it manually now, and we've introduced that in Zoho Expense. So we have an entire expo where We have a team of 10 people who are ready to answer and take all your questions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and my time is up. Thank you so much. And we have a dedicated customer panel next. So I will proceed to introduce them now. Thank you. For the next 20 minutes, it's going to be a pretty insightful discussion on how Zoho Finance and Operations Suite has helped businesses maximize growth and optimize their entire operations. Whatever capabilities we discussed now, the customers who are about to come on stage, they have experienced it all, and they've been with us for more than 3-4 years using all the different products that we have. So allow me to introduce and call up on stage Ruchika Gupta, Head of Finance. She is an instrumentation engineer with an MBA in finance and began her career at Reliance Power Plant. And she now transitioned into a full-time volunteer and has a decade of experience in overseeing finance. Welcome, Ruchika. Thank you. And now I would like to call upon Ashok, who is the CEO and MD of NMN Technologies and is an experienced professional. He boasts an experience of 2 decades, and we are so happy to have you on stage, Ashok. Thank you.
Just to on.
Thank you so much, Ruchika and Ashok, for being a part of this wonderful discussion and for agreeing to be a part of this as well. Can you give us a brief about your business? What do you do with the organization? I would let Ashok go first.
Thanks. It is my pleasure to come here, and I wanted to appreciate Zoho founder and Zoho team for creating wonderful product made in India for product for global application. This is an example of India not only supplies an engineer or engineering software services, we build a product. This is a role model for many youngsters to come forward and build a world-class product. That's the reason it made me to come here all the way to appreciate the team. So we use Zoho Books, Zoho Payroll, and Zoho Inventory, and a lot of other Zoho products. We started, I was a founder of Avi Solar first, that is 2010, and NRMan Technology. We also provide a IoT-based SCADA product for renewable energy, made in India product for global market. And so that is what we do, and maybe later point I will answer
That's okay.
the Zoho-related experience. Over to you.
Over to you, Ruchika.
Yeah, hi everybody. So I'm here representing the Art of Living organization. I'm going to bring a very different flavor to what probably we've been hearing through the day. We've heard how Zoho is helping businesses grow, but I'm happy to share that Zoho is also helping bring a smile to every individual's face. We at the Art of Living are using Zoho for about last 5 years, and it's helping us streamline our processes so that we can contribute much more to the society and make a real difference. So in terms of the different products of Zoho that are helping us achieve our goal out there, we are using Zoho Books, we are using Zoho Billing, Creator, of course, the heart of it, the CRM, pretty much all of the Zoho products, the Zoho One suite actually. So Zoho, the finance suite, sits very well with all the other products of Zoho One and brings it all together very beautifully. So like in businesses, everybody might be dealing with certain products that you all are focusing on, how to increase the sales of all of that, etc. For us, we are looking at very, very different sectors on a daily basis. Like, we are dealing with lakhs of donors out there who have been with the organization for the last about 40, 50 years. They've been donating to the organization, helping it grow. Now, how do you automate that entire process? You know, we have sevaks, so we don't have employees really that we're dealing with. We have hundreds and hundreds of sevaks and volunteers on the field who are a part of the entire organization. How do you make sure their salaries or their stipends get paid out every month? There are service projects that we are running across the country, whether it is, rejuvenating rivers or educating tribal children, skilling women, helping farmers, planting trees, you name it. In every sector, Art of Living is there. And then on the other side, you have CSR partners who are wanting to give you funds. But again, there's a lot of transparency expected, and people want to know if they're giving a rupee to you, how is it getting utilized? Only then will that confidence come in, the transparency come in, and we'll be able to grow at scale. So I'm very happy to share actually with everybody that Zoho has done a phenomenal job for us in helping us achieve this. Right from the entire donation management process that is getting managed. I'm getting into a little depth, but because
That's
I'm
okay.
very passionate, I want to share
please do.
this. That for a donor, until before Zoho came in, the only option was that you come and make a one-time donation, and next time you want to again give a donation, you'll again have to go through the entire process of apna naam batao, Aadhaar batao, ye batao, wo batao, because the government wants all of that. So we streamlined the entire thing in which Zoho Billing and Zoho Books came together, and now we've been able to start collecting recurring donations. So, a person, donor just comes up, sets up a recurring donation. It might be as low as 500 rupees a month. But that is something which is automatically getting deducted from his bank account. He feels very happy that he is being a part. He is not only into, making money, that money is also getting used. A part of his earning is also getting used for a good cause. Now, in that, technology has helped him. He doesn't have to go through the pain of having to do that every point in time. So the billing and books help us do that thing. All the data goes to the CRM where the telephony connection is there. All the representatives have access to all the donors' data, the donations that he's doing. So they can easily help a donor if there is a query that comes by. And similarly, for all the different projects that we are doing in the country, I'm very happy to share that every single work that gets done across the length and breadth of the country is getting captured through the Creator platform, and all the vendor payments that have to be done or the employee reimbursements that have to be done are all getting done through books automatically with the data going back to the field. So it's been a phenomenal deployment for us.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruchika, for such detailed explanation. I would like to bring back the conversation to Ashok. Now it's an opportunity for you to tell us how the Zoho Finance suite of products is integrated into your everyday business process. If possible, give us a very high-level understanding of what your day-to-day business process looks like, some of the most crucial ones.
Yeah, as I start with when it comes to collecting purchase order, the moment we get it, we use Zoho Books to create a sale orders, and all our quotation, customer POs or work order will be uploaded there. So just to give a little bit before what we are doing, what type of system we are using. So so we are managing almost like 400 people team at Avi Solar, the East Wales parent company of Enerman. So where we used to maintain around 800 plus megawatt solar assets across India, starting with security agency payment for the solar plant spread around hundreds of acres, to module cleaning, grass cutting, labor payment, to engineers, technician, handling the technical deliverable of the performance solar power. These are the work. And we started in 2010, we have been using Tally. And so by 2017-18, when GST started, we also start exploring what is alternative we can migrate for easy of operation. Because I've seen almost like 2 rooms, 15 by 10 size, around 10 people can sit, filled with all the documents, files with all the reimbursement claim document, because it recorded, important to keep the record for 7 years. So this is a pain. Then we felt, let us migrate to system like Zoho. Then we decided to start using Zoho in 2018-19. So that's where the pain of, say, using Tally that is only for accounting or taxation purpose for statutory compliance was used. All other particular BU units, every BU head running their own Excel sheet, including HR running their Excel sheets, purchase person, independent Excel sheet running, So we all used to spend review of the cash flow, which is very important to run the business every day. And then the tracking of the collection and the vendor payment, it's all Excel sheet managed. Now that was a very pain and everything get say synchronized only during the financial audit at the end of the year, which used to drag for months to get aligned with all the BU heads. This was a challenge. I think it is completely removed now. With a Zoho, in a mobile, I can do approval of sale orders, pro forma invoice, invoice for the customer. I can track the day-to-day, even monthly, previous year, what is my profit, what is my cash flow. I don't have to go to office. With my mobile, wherever I am in the world, I can just get the approval, keeps moving the organization, operations very efficiently. Thank you very much. I'm a fan of the Zoho product, really great
Thank
service.
you. It's a pleasure too.
So payroll also, like earlier used to have attendance system with recognition of face or a thumb to get the biometric authentication, storing in Excel sheet, integrating to now HRMS, all that we used to do. Now everything Zoho people within, you can define the perimeter within this distance of across India, wherever the site. Geotagging you can do, so attendance captured, and that will go into the payroll data for payroll processing and taxation taken care. So all the investment proof, uploading, everything taken care by payroll. That comes to the finance for rest of the record maintenance. And when we get the, say, PO done and we get the PI processed and payment collected, then our sales team will trigger the say activity for production. That will go with the ticketing, Zoho desk and ticketing system. Then the production team will start the production. Once it is ready, they will indicate, then we'll go for a next level, next milestone payment collection for the dispatch. All the documentation of production, quality, test report, everything uploaded in Zoho. And that will be dispatched along with the dispatch document, along with the payment. And my next process start with the balance payment installation. That also once gets over, Zoho tell us when is the due date for the collection. So we run a solar power plant monitoring platform where apart from regular onboarding, annual maintenance, SaaS model also we have to collect the payment. Some customer quarterly, some customer annually. So Zoho, we did some customization with your partner where they will create a type of product or a service or is a AMC, when is the due date. So all this integrated, customer can see the moment they open their login page, when is the due date, expiry date comes. So such level of your partners as well as product helped us to completely automate my business process. Thanks, I've taken extra time, so I covered most of it.
No, that's okay. Thank you. That was an extremely comprehensive answer. So I think this is what we were discussing back in the presentation also. It's not just about solving one aspect of a business, but it's also about solving the entire business process that, that is happening on a day-to-day basis, right? So I think we've discussed enough about how the entire process is woven inside your organization and how technology has helped you shape the whole thing. Now we'll just move on to one of the most important discussions that has been happening from the beginning of this day, or probably for the last year and a half, AI. And what do you look forward to in doing with AI, or how do you perceive AI to enhance or develop or make your processes better?
That's an interesting question. I'll really have to think about it, how AI is going to help us make the world a much better place. Not really gone into depth of thinking. But I'm sure if AI can somehow bring about what are the challenges facing the country and how they could be addressed, how the CSR partners could, understand in the areas that they are operating in, what are the difficulties being faced by the society around there, and where is it that they should put their funds into, which are the right kind of NGOs where they should partner with. Maybe that can be a big game changer. And being a volunteer-driven organization, if there is some way in which AI can, just bring the whole ecosystem together. I don't know how that can be done. But if that were a possibility, I'm sure it'll make our job much easier.
Ashok, what would your thoughts be on the entire process that you just narrated, and how do you think AI is going to be?
Yeah, I think AI definitely will help in terms of, for example, some of our team overlook the contract in terms of payment terms, warranty terms. How do you handle AI can alert it, like something is wrong. Like currently your scanning system of bills, which is throughout the GST, automatically ticket enters. Any wrong entry can be detected and alerted there itself. I think it double checks now same kind of a bill, dual entry. Those kind of things when it comes to even invoice. Sometimes our sales team, depending on the loading, they forget to collect the balance payment. When is the due? That can be alerted to the system. Plus the challenges in terms of, say, the currently, yes, there is a manual tracker in terms of there is a system available like the number of days of payment dues, all those things, even vendor payment dues can be alerted based on the implication of not paying on time. So those are the things where CEO get an alert kind of thing, or not a notification kind of thing, but yes, there is an in-app notification kind of thing we get where we address critical points that comes up every day for me. These are critical action I have to close. I think that will definitely help. And finding out the anomalies in the system, your inventory, some critical stock getting over where lead time is to procure is longer, those kind of things. I think a lot of things I think can be done. I know you have a very intelligent team, and I think definitely you will surprise us with your AI.
I'm sure we will. Just one last question for both of you. Very quick word on how do you think businesses need to persevere when they are starting out? And what would your advice for anybody who is starting out a business be? I know you have very different perspectives on how the whole thing needs to pan out. So just 1 minute, if you can summarize, what do you feel about the whole thing?
So I'll just take a minute. Before Zoho, we were having something like about 200 bank accounts across the country, which have now come down to less than 10. And the entire operation has got very streamlined. So if there's any new startup who's still on the edge of deciding whether to go for Zoho or not, I think it's a no-brainer. Don't even think about it. There are accountants out there who will tell you that Tally is everything, Tally ko chhod ke aur kuch socho hi nahi, but they are incorrect. Zoho is much more powerful, and I think it's just because legacy people are more comfortable with being using that. That is why that is the perception. But for any new age entrepreneur out there, I believe Zoho Books, the entire finance suite actually is a must, because you may not be really an expert at finance, but this will help you understand the data, analyze data, and make decisions. So it's much more than an accountant's platform. It is actually a management platform.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. What would you feel about it, Ashok?
Definitely, yes. For a new startup company, entrepreneurs, it is important to have a very clean, transparent accounting and books, and it is automatic, accessible anywhere in the world. It is a very key, because most of the startup when we run, we get into the challenges of cash flow issues. It is very important to see the cash flow whenever I want to see that it is available to me through mobile. It is available, Zoho makes it possible, where cash flow I can see every month how is my revenue, what is my P&L, I can track it every monthly basis. Ensure your team enter the data properly. That's the one thing we have to do. Once data entered properly, all types of dashboard what I need for a CEO to run the company, a startup, especially when the burn rates are high initially, when revenues are less, it is very important. And so one more example I want to see how it happened. Say my parent company, once company I started, Avi Solar, in 2010. So that was acquired in 2022 without they coming here meeting me. It is how happened because of whatever the COVID related online, say effective communication setup, plus Zoho, how Zoho helped me, because whatever the due diligence they wanted, all the documents available. Whatever the best of the companies in India, Trilegal was doing that, our due diligence, whatever document, next day document available to them. So it gives a complete trust and transparency in terms of any guys who want to invest, anyone want to acquire. So it is very important to have that clean, transparent document that builds the trust for the newcomers to take over. This happened. I am happy to share that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that brings us to the close of this discussion. I would like to
Can I have
thank...
one last word?
Of course, please, go ahead. No worries.
Just one last word here, meaning most of us here are from businesses, so your aim is probably to make your customer happy. We at the Art of Living, we don't have customers really. Everybody who comes in is family, so we call them family. And believe me, if you can make a family member happy using Zoho, a customer can definitely be made happy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ruchika. I think we can call it a wrap with that. Yeah, sure. Please. And we are there right outside for questions. I'm sorry we will not be able to accommodate questions, but I will come and find you in person. I see a couple of hands go up. We'll definitely come meet all of you in person and take questions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ashok. And thank you so much, Ruchika. Thank you, guys. See you.
Thank you, Christopher.